Hello everybody and welcome back to Solving Standard. I'm Corbin Hostler and this is a brew right here, but it is a good brew. Andrew Tolson made it to day 2 of GP Seattle with this deck, and this deck is Indomitable Creativity. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's kind of complicated, to be honest. Indomitable Creativity that's a nice little feature. I just noticed that. Yield to all energy generating abilities. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so Indomitable Creativity, it has a lot of words on it. Essentially, it's 3 red and then X, and whatever X is, you can destroy that many creatures or artifacts. Their controller reveals that many cards, reveals cards from the top of their deck until they hit that many creatures or artifacts and put them into play. And you can target yourself or your opponent's stuff with it. So, what our deck is going to do is going to make a bunch of treasure, thanks to things like Depths of Desire, Spell Swindle, Hornswoggle, stuff like that. Then we are going to cast Indomitable Creativity, destroying all of our own stuff and getting bombs. Talking Nezahal, Torrential Gearhulk, Combustible Gearhulk, Locust God. Quite the deck. Now, we're also going to get to blow our opponent out a little bit with the Sweltering Suns here. We're taking damage, of course, our mono black opponent, but it was also pretty nice, actually, to draw that Highland Lake there to really kind of fix our colors a little bit. We are going to have to burn some energy here, but that's okay. Alright, cast Sweltering Suns. Not exactly a 3-for-1, given that the Scrounger will be back later, but not bad overall. Our opponent has to reload. We have Harness Lightning / Depths of Desire for the next one. We might just ramp ourselves into a Locust God here and get there that way. Night Market Lookout, okay. Yeah, that's all our opponent has. It's great for us. They also have the Dread Wanderer. Okay. Alright, so we have a few options. I can actually Depths of Desire into Harness Lightning, and that might not be bad. Let's actually tap our mana the right way here, then, to not waste energy. So I can just take this and play Locust God next turn. That probably seems better than, you know, it's 2 damage we take from the Night Market Lookout, but I think it's worth it to land Locust God, because after that we start drawing cards. Resolve Glimmer, Genius. We have a bunch of insect tokens to basically go the distance, I imagine. You just have to hope to not take too much damage over, say, the next 2 turns here. We are down to 12. Dread Wanderer's return. Our opponent still hasn't hit a 3rd land. It's pretty good for us, but the problem with these Night Market Lookouts, from our perspective anyways, is that they deal damage to us without even connecting, right? That's the problem. Alright, we do have a Locust God in play, though. Now, if it can survive 1 turn, we're in great shape. And our opponent, with their 2 lands, it might just get there. 6-drop, won't be Fatal Push, that's for sure. But yeah, if we get to draw a card and then Glimmer to make another insect, that's 2 insects. Yeah, they're just bringing in the team. As expected. We take damage here. The game's going to be close. We don't really have any life gain in our deck. I have to get this Night Market Lookout off the table. Fortunately, we have blocks basically for the rest of the game now. And I can abrade this Night Market Lookout. So we don't even take damage from the trigger, in theory. Yep, okay, they're just returning Scrounger. That's good for us. Alright, there we go. The insects, they've arrived. Not the bees, you say. Okay, so we have 2 energy. We can do quite a bit here. I think what I'm going to do is Glimmer first. That makes all kinds of insects. Spell Swindle and Harness Lightning, huh? I think Harness Lightning is obviously going to be good enough here. And we got an opt in there as well. So now I can just go ahead and Harness Lightning away the Night Market Lookout. Only have to spend 1 energy, so we got plenty of energy now. And the crazy part is these tokens actually have haste. So I'm going to attack with just the Locust God here, I think. Because at this point we can just chump block forever. You know, if our opponent has double Fatal Push, then we get a little bit punished by taking damage, but even that would be okay. And at the same time, we do need to actually, you know, put a clock onto our opponent here, and Locust God kills in a couple turns. Alright, those are not Night Market Lookout. Or Night Market Lookout's the only thing we really care about there. Alright, that's a lot of insects. Let's go ahead and start by opting. Okay. Well then. I think I'm actually just going to kill my opponent this turn. That seems better, right? I mean, that's 9, and this Glimmer makes 10. I guess that's pretty good. Don't know that I exactly drew it up that way, but I'll take it. We just win with the Locust God beatdown, huh? Alright, this Fiery Cannonade's pretty good against our opponent. This might be alright here. The Struggle to Survive, it's removal and then can get rid of their graveyard, which is pretty decent. The Spell Swindle seem not very good. Thing is, we do need some amount of treasure, so negate. It's basically only good for the... I want a Braids in here. They're going to play Ethersphere Harvester. We probably cut a Hornswoggle. Well, Disallow's probably worse than Hornswoggle. Okay, so we're in an interesting spot here. You know, River's Rebuke's an interesting one. It's not terrible. They're pretty mana efficient, but they do spam their hand out, and if we could ramp into it. Maybe I just want the one Struggle to Survive here. We boarded in more removal anyways. I think I'll give this one a shot. Don't really know much about the matchup or the deck I'm playing myself, but I don't know if this is keepable. Got a removal spell. I'm going to mulligan. Alright, this is definitely better. Got a I can't say that word. Spell Swindle. What could go wrong? Alright, well, that's Indomitable Creativity, and that's the point of the deck, right? I guess I got to keep it. But we have turn 1 op, turn 2 removal. And if we can live long enough to Spell Swindle something of a reasonable cost, we'll have plenty of treasure for Indomitable Creativity as well. Definitely need to draw more removal, preferably Sweltering Suns. It's by far our best card in the matchup. I will definitely, I think, be forced to, okay, guess I'm going to my main phase. That doesn't change much. We actually don't really need to opt now anyways, so... Would not have minded opting, but we were going to draw another opt. I mean, I guess I would have bottomed it, but that's fine. Shouldn't punish us too badly, I hope. They're going to get duressed, huh? Well, it seems like a good time to harness lightning, I would say. Alright, so duress is going to resolve. I mean, I don't really know what they want to take here. Look at our deck. See double op, Spell Swindle, Indomitable Creativity. Not really sure what you do there. If we just find some removal. This deck needs Magma Sprays on the sideboard, by the way. I just took the list exactly that Andrew Tolson ran at the GP, but this deck is in some desperate need of Magma Sprays. They took the Indomitable Creativity. Alright, fair enough. Well, hope we opt into some good stuff here. That's the plan. The first stop will be very good because we'll have several shots on our next turn to hit removal that we can cast immediately. You know, Gearhulk is pretty good. We're a long way away from it, though. I think I'm going to bottom it. Okay. Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. It wasn't really going to change. Unfortunately, we take 4 damage next turn. That's quite a bit of damage. Yep. Now would be a great time for Sweltering Suns to be on top of our deck. It was not, however. Well, okay, our opponent needs to draw a card off of the Glint Sleeve here. At least we get a Glimmer after that. I mean, we take 6 and go to 6. That's not exactly where we want to be, but hopefully Glimmer of Genius solves all problems. And bring them on in. Yeah, here we go. Fingers crossed. Neither of those are going to do it. Bottom them both. Draw, please. Okay. That's all pretty terrible. Yeah. I guess we opt. You know, I could... Yeah, we just have to... It has to be Sweltering Suns. That's not Sweltering Suns. Is this Sweltering Suns? It is not. Alright, we can harness lightning this thing, and then we die. Okay, fair enough. That game was actually very unfortunate. We saw a lot of cards, and that is one thing our deck can do is we get access, we see a bunch of cards. Unfortunately, none of those cards were good enough. I mean, we have Sweltering Suns and Fiery Cannonades. We actually had a lot of outs there, to be honest. So five cards that dig us there, and we saw a bunch of cards through the course of that match. This one's definitely a keep. It seems like a sweeper is just by far the most relevant card in the matchup. We're definitely just playing the control deck here. We're not really trying as much as I want to combo off with Indomitable Creativity. We are, for the most part, just trying to wipe their board, just get a bunch of removal. I will keep that. Oh, there's an Indomitable Creativity. Oh, we actually have a plan here. Kill their first couple of creatures, Spell Swindle something, and then Indomitable Creativity to hopefully win. That's certainly a plan available to us. Going to go ahead and burn the Harness Lightning first, because a Braid can deal with Aethersphere Harvester. Well, in this case, I guess it doesn't matter. The best chance of keeping keeping both of my removal spells, I think, is to just let this resolve and see if they choose to take the Indomitable Creativity. You know, the thing with us not having I took the Harness Lightning, fair enough. Yep. Okay, well, our opponent actually messed up a little bit here by playing this first, because now I'm going to kill this, and it means we take damage this turn. But the thing is, this has an attack trigger, whereas this actually has to get through, and we can maybe try to block that later. Whereas that would represent damage before we get an opportunity to block. Oh, there's the Sweltering Suns, a little late. Not going to play it here. Hopefully our opponent plays some more creatures into it. Yeah, Glint Sleeve is exactly what we want. So we take 2 damage at the end, but that's what we have to do to get the 2-for-1 here, and that's worth it at this point. Land off our deck would not be terrible. You know, Depths of Desire is not bad either, for what it's worth. I wonder if it's worth getting how greedy I can get here. I'm just going to Sweltering Suns. Take our 2-for-1. Oh gosh, we're not getting our 2-for-1. Well, that's fine. Gosh, that's pretty unfortunate. Look at that. They even get the extra energy off of it. That's a blowout. You know, I was thinking, considering we can Depths of Desire, and then that gives us mana to Spell Swindle it when it comes back down, and then try to run out Indomitable Creativity. And I mean, we're still going to be on that plan, but we're taking a bunch of damage, and our opponent got to draw an extra card. Glimmer, huh? Man, I just want to draw lands. Glimmer main phase. Take a bunch of damage. That gives us a land drop at least. We can also Depths of Desire. Depths of Desire gives us a treasure. We take not as much damage. Then on our next turn, we could Indomitable Creativity for 1, our treasure away. And hope to hit Torrential Gearhulk, I guess. Or Locust God and then Glimmer. I think that's the plan. Don't feel good about it, but I think that's the plan. This has been a close match. I think we've drawn not great these last couple games here. Alright, so we'll Depths of Desire this thing now. And take 4. That's not great for us. They get to replay their glint sleeve. And we can always just draw a board wipe. Another Sweltering Suns or Fiery Candy. We have so many cards that are good in this matchup. That's not one of them. This has been very, very, very unfortunate. But I guess this is the plan we have committed to. Let's destroy our treasure. Alright, it's the first. We're doing it. Indomitable Creativity. Torrential Gearhulk, please. Locust God. Okay, well, it could be worse. I get a draw off Glint Sleeve. And this is not good for us. We need the 4 cards they're going to have in their hand to be nothing. That feels unlikely. If they are nothing, that's... yeah. That'll do it. Guess we get one more shot at this. Literally one more, because... you know, I think you want a couple Spell Swindles in the deck, because you need, even if it's just for 1 or 2 treasure, you need to get treasure out of your deck. But we still have 4 out, so for what it's worth. I mean, it's 46 cards in our deck. 4 of them are going to wipe their board. Okay, well, that's a game. Mono Black got us. I don't know. I think we played all right. It's possible I was just supposed to Glimmer and just try to find a board wipe rather than take the line we did. I don't know. Close games. We just couldn't draw all the cards we needed in the last couple. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching, everybody.